back, guys. We're live here for me to talk about how I fulfilled the prophecy. I told you guys I was going to kick Joe's ass, so here I am kicking Joe's ass. Won by a staggering 12 points. Just crushed him. It was never in doubt. When you look at Joe throwing out the Fab report today, talking about, oh, this guy's playing the Bears. This guy's got the Bears. That didn't stop, Dak Prescott from sucking wins. So if you want to take that advice, you go ahead. Personally, I think Joe is trying to deflect from the guys that he really wants on the waiver wire. So, we're going to have to start calling Joe CNN. He's fake news right now. And, why not? He's going to need to try and get any advantage he can because this team's an absolute disaster. Gibbs, good game from Gibbs. Best game of the year so far. It'll probably be his best game of the season against the worst run D in football in Baltimore. Who cares? Didn't matter because I have Caleb freaking Williams. Now, it's got to annoy Joe just a smidge that if Jack hadn't have dropped Caleb, I'd have been playing Mahomes and Joe would have won. But Jack cut Caleb, and I appreciate you for that, Jack. So in response, I was willing to give Jack Garrett Wilson for Trey Benson because he did me a solid on accident. I appreciate it. Showing the love there. So there you go. Enjoy Garrett Wilson. Trey Benson's going to be a league winner, though. So there you go. Joe's in shambles. He needs to make major sweeping changes. He's 1-2. He's in 9th place. His team's just a disaster. Speaking of disasters, you got Tony Jr. as the only winless team, 114-70. Kevin stomps Tony, not close in this one. Huge effort from Jalen Hurts, not as huge as Caleb Williams, but big effort. Tony's side of things, really nothing went right. Philly D did well, and Hawkinson did well. That's about it. Gotta wonder if maybe Tony should make some sweeping changes. Unfortunately, the way it goes for him, if he does that, the players he trades away are about to pop off. I don't make the rules, dude. That's just the way it's going to go. So there you go. Big win for Kevin. Big loss for Tony. Kevin's got a scary team, man. He's sitting here now. Believe Kevin's 2-1, if I'm not mistaken. Let's see here. Yeah, and he's in 2nd place. I mean, no hope of ever getting to 1st, but 2nd place is all the rest of you can aspire to. So that's just great. Congratulations, Kevin, on being the first loser. Now, we have the Patriarch versus the Freemasons. And really, you have Senior just being a nice guy, feels bad for his buddy, and goes ahead and lays down for him. Lets him get the dub. He starts Tucker Kraft, who sucks. We all know he sucks. And he was hobbled. He starts Genty, who's downright unplayable. Genty stinks like a used baby diaper. It is terrible what's going on with Genty and the Raiders. Josh Jacobs, garbage game. It was bound to happen at some point. He had a touchdown in 6 or 7 straight games, something like that. Let's face it, Josh Jacobs isn't that good of a running back. So that had to stop at some point as Cleveland defeats the Green Bay Packers. On Steve's side of things, extremely lucky game from Kenneth Walker, who is one of the worst running backs in the history of the NFL. Absolute horrible garbage. The dude happened to fall in the end zone twice, and he still didn't hit 20 points. Think about that. Charbonnet was out. He was playing at home against the Saints. He scored 2 touchdowns. He still didn't get 20 points. I'm starting to get a little concerned about Bijan Robinson too. And the Falcons offense as a whole. Not that I think Bijan's bad, just is he going to be elite this year? I don't know. The Falcons look like garbage. Michael Penix is terrible. They should probably switch to Kirk Cousins. AJ Brown got a touchdown off of a blatant push off, absolutely blatant. Most of the time, they're going to get called on offensive interference on that. So if you took that away, AJ Brown would have busted again, would have had sub 10 points again. Cortland Sutton had a great game. Josh Allen was meh. Josh Allen's being outscored by Caleb Williams this year, guys. That's where we're at. So congratulations on your second round pick, who's being outproduced by my free agent ad. Now, Steve getting off the schneid, though, even though Senior let him. Congratulations. It probably won't ever happen again. Now we got Jason at 2-1, which is a freaking miracle against Reese, who I told you was going to suck this week. And that is because that he had the Rams playing the Eagles, and they gave him a better effort than I thought. What really killed Reese was James Conner going down. And playing the Baltimore defense. For the love of Christ, get rid of the Baltimore defense. You're driving me crazy with this shit. It's not 2000 anymore. They're garbage. If Reese does not play the Baltimore defense, he wins this matchup by 0.06. If he just plays nobody there. So, again, Connor going down was huge. Deebo Samuel, who I've been telling you is garbage and to sell high, he did nothing, even though they scored 41 points. I mean, Deebo is not an NFL player anymore. You can't start this guy. He's just garbage. Now, I look over here to Jason's team, and I don't know how he won. Jason had just a horrible effort. But I guess when your opponent plays a defense that gets -4 and your defense scores 14, that's going to be the difference. Chase Brown, it's a 10 out of 10 on the panic meter, guys. It is a 10 out of 10 on the panic meter on Calvin Ridley. I'm actually not as concerned about Ladd McConkey as a lot of you seem to be. And Baker Mayfield's going to be a stud. So, better days ahead for Jason. He somehow manages to squeak through to 2-1. Now, Captain Jack, welcome to Club Dub, buddy. You got your first win in this league, and you knocked off the fantasy freaking weasel to do it, beating Jared. And, Jared has been in this league for a very long time. This is a big accomplishment, big first win. Despite losing CeeDee Lamb, arguably your best player, before he could even score a point in a plum matchup with Chicago, you still won. And won handily behind Jonathan Taylor and David freaking Montgomery. They both looked like goddamn world beaters this week. On Jared's side of things, Jefferson, man, again, I'm panicked. I am panicked. I'm not going to put it at 10 out of 10 like Chase Brown. I'm going to put it at a firm 6. If Jefferson doesn't get something going soon, I'm going to have to put it at a 10 out of 10. Nico Collins with a great bounce back. You can take him off the panic list. He's just a stud. Ricky Pearsall, absolute stud. Devon Achane, I don't know, man. I don't know. I mean, are the Dolphins you look at these running backs that Jared has: Dolphins, Jets, Jaguars, and the Jags guy's about to lose his job to a much better player behind him in Bashal Tutin. And I am not kidding. ETN's going to lose that job. But so let's focus on the Dolphins and the Jets. Just how many points are those teams going to score? Those guys suck. So that being said, Jared lost, would have beaten a couple other teams. Not the worst week in the world. Unfortunately for Jared, he's going to lose next week too. So, there you go. So there you go, guys. A nice, quick, dirty matchup recap for you. I will see you guys Thursday for the previews. Sorry about your luck, Joe.